Everybody, welcome back to the channel. So, the S&P 500 sold off once again. All right, I told y'all this weekend we are bearish. We're gonna stay bearish until the market gives us a reason not to be bearish. In today's video, we're gonna discuss what to expect, and I'm also going to be sharing with y'all one stock that is about to make a huge move, preferably tomorrow. Okay, let's dive into the charts. Right off the bat, we got the Nasdaq, and the Nasdaq is at a perfect place. It's at a perfect place. That's why I'm releasing this video now instead of yesterday night. On Sunday night's video, I told y'all the level of panic and chaos, at least the level where panic will really kick in, is exactly 24,600. Right here at that line where we were on Sunday night, which was, I believe Sunday night was somewhere around like here. I released a video right here at around 8 p.m. and the overall indices was kind of generous. During that day on Monday, the market was down by negative 1.5% out the gates. So it actually rewarded the short sellers. Something that it did today, which was, I think, was a little bit tricky. I didn't think we will get a gap from all the way up here to all the way down here, all overnight. Like that right there, I wasn't too sure if it was going to happen. So I missed the overnight move between Monday at the close and today at the open. Like I didn't swing any of that because of the way it looked. It's just, I would say uncertainty or a little bit of doubt creeped into my mind after I saw the way it closed. I just thought it closed a little bit too high, and I wasn't sure if today's candle was going to be that big. That's why I kind of hesitated. But with what we're seeing right here, we're gonna fall. It's going to collapse. Panic is going to kick in. The bears are in control. I like the way it's looking on the daily, and I like the way it's looking on the weekly. Right here, right? So this is the weekly chart. So I expect this candle to get even longer. Right now, it looks like a doji, and it's moving in a way where the shorts are really getting rewarded. Meaning, it closes the day really, really high for the sole purpose of gapping down, right? And it's not like this scenario where it opened high first and then it sells off. It's not like that. That's the more aggressive way to do it. But this one is being a lot kinder. How low is it gonna go? 24,000 isn't too much to ask. I think 24,000 will get hit tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then definitely Wednesday. But so far, so good. If you're holding puts on the stuff that I've mentioned previously, y'all should have gotten paid during the last 2 days. Okay, now in today's video, we got to talk about the big stock. The one stock that is about to make a big move is going to be MU. All right, I want to share MU. Same sector. I was tempted to put AMD, but let's just talk about MU for a little bit. Okay, now with MU, it had its massive run from the bottom of 105 all the way up to 455, and now it consolidated up here for about a month and is slowly rolling over on the daily charts. What I see here, all right, there are some gaps on the left. Yes, the volume is increasing, which is nice, but the one thing that is really putting a lot of fear into the hearts of bulls is the exhaustion gap that we got today. And by exhaustion gap, I'm talking about this one. I don't think this is gonna get filled anytime soon. Okay, usually with exhaustion gaps, there tends to be a massive drop, and then the gap at the top could take maybe a month, maybe 3 months, or even 2 or 3 years to get filled. But that is a beginning of a big downfall. And another perspective is this. This could be called a island gap reversal, where the island is massive. Usually the islands that I tend to short are like one candle and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have the exhaustion gap located right here, right? Usually the island isn't so broad like this, but in this situation, the island is really, really broad, which makes the situation even worse for bulls and really great for short sellers, okay? There's a lot of people trapped up here. And the fact that we gapped down below 400 and then closed in the red, they don't like this. After hours, we're already down by $3. The futures are down by negative 0.5%. Tomorrow morning, we could be down 1% again. Like for the third consecutive day. Yeah, we could be down by that much. So with this one, I think it's gonna fade. The question is, how low is it going to go? The first level to watch out for is 345. Right here. All right, very simple, very straightforward. Watch MU for a drop that low. Okay, now the other reason why I want to share MU with y'all is because this is the memory side of the semis, right? It's not like AMD and Nvidia, but they all kind of like, they're all in the same space, but they just focus more on the memory side of things. And the other memory stock that also had a massive run like this is SNDK. And SNDK, I don't know if y'all have been paying attention, Citron issued a short report, meaning they're shorting the stock. They're shorting the stock down because, well, according to whatever they put out, allegedly, this notion of a shortage and something about a shortage in memory, or the imbalance in supply versus demand, is the reason why SNDK went up by so much, right? But they're saying that it has run its course and that it's time to come down. And rightfully so. Their timing is impeccable with that one. They released that news, I believe, on the 25th or the 26th. And MU also took a hit on that day. And now this one is down. So watch MU for a fade down to 345. Hopefully tomorrow. Now the last reason is for this. There is at least the simplest reason, which is the reason why I would want to short it, is because of that. There is a bearish pennant that broke down on a stock, right? Now, the next one that we gotta look at in today's video is none other than AMD. Now, with AMD is fading. I like it a lot. I told y'all before I am bearish on the stock, and the price target for it is all the way down here, and it's going to get here sooner rather than later. Again, it could take 3 days because there's 3 more days left in this week, or it could take 2 weeks, right? I don't know exactly how slow or how fast it's going to drop, but the setup is there, and we are officially below this level, right? So we have buyers located here. So the fact that we closed the day below 190, they don't like that. There's people here. Remember, their stop losses are in between 195 and 190. That's where the stop losses are. Now the fact that we're trading down here is gonna get triggered, and we're gonna see a massive sell-off at the open. Right? Again, individuals right here, and then a giant hole. There's no floor at all. There's zero support, which is the reason why I'm shorting it. I told y'all I would. I just couldn't resist. So yes, I do have puts on AMD, in case you're wondering. So yeah, watch this one for a drop. Now let's do an update. On Sunday night, I told y'all, or even last week, I told y'all Tesla would go all the way down to $385. On Monday morning, or I would say, you know what, let me just show you guys the trade. So this is my trade. This is Tesla from Friday with 3 minutes left. About Tesla puts on there because of this descending triangle, which I explained to y'all, right? I had a price target down here. I got back in at the close, for the sole purpose of selling it at the open right here. This is yesterday on Monday at exactly 8:31. I allowed 1 minute to go by so that the spread can so that the contracts can settle and I can get out at a good price. And y'all know my policy. Whenever there is something that gaps in my favor, I don't even think twice. I always sell half immediately. I collect half the money off the table. All right, and then if it starts to play games that I don't like, I sell the rest. I don't think twice. All right. And if I'm wrong and it goes lower, oh well. I didn't lose money and I'm happy about it, right? So as you can see, I sold half at 8:31 and then I sold the other half at exactly 8:32, 1 minute after selling this one. Okay. Now, is it going to go lower? Yes. Yes, it is going to go lower. And I say that because I saw a new structure. Or maybe it's the same structure, but a little bit more adjusted. So the first structure that I showed y'all on Sunday was this one. Right there, right? And then the breakdown was very sloppy because of the news, the war-related news. Very sloppy breakdown, but still a breakdown nonetheless, right? So with this, the drop is to be... It's to go down here, the price target at least anywhere near 370. That's where I think it could go minimum 370 at some points this week, because this is looking quite flawless. I like it. Now the other perspective that I want to share about Tesla, I'm gonna clean up the chart, is on the daily with the floor being right there, right? And then we have that going. Right, this one is much massive. And it could cause a lot more damage, especially if we get below that level. Okay? We get below this level, panic, we're gonna see the volume rise again. The volume went from 55 million. Today we had 62 million. Tomorrow it could be even bigger, depending on how fast we sell off. Yeah. And we have a tiny gap right here on the left. Right there. And another one right at 338, but that's for another video. Okay, now the next one that we gotta look at, we're gonna jump into another sector. We're gonna go into the banks. Goldman Sachs. All right, now the banks are rolling over also, and I think it's gonna continue. Lots of gaps underneath for sure. Had a huge run up from 500 to 984. There is a structure on there. There is. And it broke down in such an aggressive fashion. I saw it and it was just way too fast for me to react it, to buy it, to chase it at 900. I had an alert on here. I thought it would be a little bit slower. Like maybe, yeah, I just thought it would be slower and then break down somewhere around in the middle of the day. Not straight out the gates. I hate it when stocks do that, because it just doesn't give me a chance to get in at a good price. All right. But there is something on here. You have the breakdown, and then with the indices being lower, typically this thing should go all the way down to 800 typically. So that's my thoughts on the banks, and this applies for Citi as well. Citi, JP Morgan, Bank of America, all that. Now the last one that we got to look at is a stock that I haven't really talked about in a long time. Circle. Now, Circle is interesting. I'm adding this one to my watch list because it crushed earnings, and because the volume is exceeding like 20 million, 40 million. I like this. It's offering a good range, and the contracts on this one are getting pretty good, right? So I'm gonna let this one play around here in that box right there, and then eventually when it's time to like go long, or when crypto wants to have a run, Circle could be a good option, a good choice to buy calls or puts depending on which way crypto wants to move. But if you don't have Circle on your radar, on your watch list, or even in your portfolio as a long-term investment at this level right here, you might consider it. Like, this reminds me of This reminds me of Palantir. That's what it reminds me of when I look at this chart. It reminds me of Palantir when it first had its IPO, when it opened at like, I think it opened at $5 or $10, and then it ran just like this all the way up to the highs of like 45 or 47, and then it collapsed, and then it collapsed all the way down to like 5 or 6 before we had this recent push all the way up to 200, right? That's kind of what Circle reminds me of. And it is a great company. Like if you do your own research and you look at their fundamentals and their balance sheets or whatever, right? You can do your own thing. It's not a trashy company. So definitely keep your eyes on this one. My honest thoughts on all of these stocks, and that is the end of the video. Again, I'm not your financial advisor. I repeat, I am not your financial advisor. So do your own research and make your own decisions. Okay? Don't forget to follow me on social media at Paul Nguyen at Knowledge Lab. And lastly, don't forget to like and follow for more.